Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Minecraft World. And today I am going to be showing off my village a little bit. So I'm going to be updating my map and letting you guys see the SimCity world here that I got going on. Basically just gotta hop right in here to it. So let me go ahead and put some stuff away, grab some food. You know, I went on my coal hunting mission and I did not have any food with me, so I had to come back. But I did get to go check out Lowell Catastrophe's place, which is really cool. It's right over there by Spawn, right next to my house, the big wood house. So I had noticed that there was like a little tiny house right there next to my house, and didn't see really anybody working over there. But I never walked in there, and that's just basically the entrance. And once you go down the stairwell, you're into a little moat lake and a cave and some really cool stuff. So I will just cook up some food and go ahead and while that's cooking, I will go ahead and grab my map and start showing you guys around. So this is my SimCity, the beginning of my SimCity here. I got iron golems and villagers just pretty much all over this 2-map area. Gonna eventually spread out to a 4-map area, and I'm glad that I did get a 4-map going because it does kind of look a little bit cooler. Just seems to be like there's a lot more space to work in, but for right now I got the 2 maps going on, and they're the bottom 2 maps on my 4-map section here that the villagers had naturally spawned in. I expanded it a little bit just to match up with the borders of the map. So the village had pretty much taken the naturally spawned village had pretty much taken up all of the 2 maps. It was just a little bit shy of being a full 2 maps. And I got a cleric living in the cleric's house. That took me a little bit. Had to move his bed, had to move his move him over there and then change his job title, but I figured it out. I was having a little bit of trouble, but Raxus gave me a few little hints on it, and basically, you know, once you get them where you want them, you can move their bed while they're in the middle of the night. If you just break their bed, they'll come looking for the next available bed, so you can kind of move them where you want them. But once you get them where you want them, then you can set up their job, whatever job they're going to have. It was kind of tripping me out because, like, when I broke their job block, they turned into nitwits, and I didn't know that they would turn back into their new job, whatever job you wanted to give them. And that isn't just until you have traded with them. Once you trade with them, you can't do that anymore. But I was able to take a toolsmith and turn him into a cleric and get him moved into the cleric room. because they had a naturally spawned little cleric area, a little cleric house, and nobody was using it because it was so far away from the bell tower. So you can kind of see on the map that there's a little point sticking out at the tip, and that just represents that I am still on this map, and as soon as the tip disappears it turns into a circle. That means I have passed the map area. And I'm just holding out the map right now in my hand as I kind of walk around and show you guys, because that is going to update whatever new builds that I put in here, which I didn't do too much new stuff. Obviously the beds are there, you know, just a couple little things. Obviously some new beds and stuff, which that will all change. I just wanted to make sure that part of the thing that I did change was there was like 3 or 4 different wall barriers where I was trying to figure out where the edge of the map was, but Fluent Chaos came out and gave me a hand explaining to me where the borders were, so I was able to figure that out after a while of walking around with him and seeing where the map took me. This is the first time I've ever used a map, so had to get a little bit of instructions on that. But the maps are pretty cool, especially when you're dealing with such a big space. You know, you can kind of take a look on the map and see where you're going. I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about, you know, using a map on Minecraft, because it's like you're not really gonna get lost very often, but the way that I'm planning this out, you know, it's starting off as a 4-mapper, and will gradually grow, and as it grows the maps will grow, and so, you know, it'll come to a point where I'll need a little atlas book, and I'll whip out the page of the book for where I'm going, until Minecraft starts getting cell phones and GPS and all that stuff. And I have to update Minecraft with satellites and GPS pretty soon here. But yeah, I'm not too sure exactly how much of the map I have to walk around in for it to update everything. I don't know if you just have to walk into each chunk or how that works out, but just want to make sure that I get everything on here. I can go ahead and put this map back. But yeah, the villagers are getting fed well enough, because there's like 2 farmers next to each area, where I have kind of like a little community. I have like 4 different little communities spread out. In other words, like I have 4 little areas where I've kind of clumped up most of their job blocks, and so in those little areas where they have their job blocks, I also have a farmer in that area with a farmer job block, you know, for each one of those sections. I also have a farm that he can farm on, so everybody's getting pretty well fed. You know, there's plenty of beds, plenty of job blocks, and they're well fed, so they're doing that thing where they get their hearts on top of them, like as if they want to breed. But until I add more beds and more job blocks, they aren't going to actually breed, so they get those little angry puffs of smoke over their head saying, you know, like, we don't have enough work here, we don't have enough beds here. So but there is plenty of them for that little area, and I will probably start setting up some more little farms and job areas to spread them out a little bit more. Right now I'm just kind of working at Mount Stupid, like I said, the only reason I came back here was because I forgot to grab any food, and I had gone to Flunk 5 to get food because I have the Guardian grinder over there. I have tons of fish, so I was able to have plenty of food over here, you know, and if I'd have known that coal was going to be an issue, I would have stocked up on coal on Flunk 5 too, but it wasn't really an issue. I know that I can just use charcoal, but I don't know, for me it just seems like it'd be easier to mine for coal, and plus I'm kind of liking Mount Stupid. It's starting to turn out like a pretty cool map. You know, I have these little walkways where I can go from one mountain to the next, and it's definitely got a different biome vibe to it. And I'm not familiar with those big giant mountain areas, so it's neat to kind of take a look, and there's definitely a lot more at Mount Stupid to explore than here. I mean, there was a couple of caves in here, and since this is going to be a Sim City, I had Sad Tuna Roll help me out a little bit over here, and she came over and gifted me some coal so I could light this up a little bit, and kind of gave me some advice on, you know, what I should do to keep it safe for the villagers. She suggested blocking off the caves, so I'm not really familiar with the cave systems in 1.19, and they are definitely more intense than they used to be. So I thought, well, no, I'll just light up the caves. Well, I went into the caves to light them up and got lost a couple of times because they're so deep. And at one point I was going into one side of the cave and coming out on the other side of my barrier. So there was just no way to keep things from the outside of my barrier from going through that cave into my barrier area, if you know what I mean. So it was a good idea just to go ahead and block it off, and that's what I did. I just blocked off all the caves, so the cave systems are all blocked off. But on Mount Stupid, no, you know, security issues except for me. Like, obviously I don't bring anything that I don't want to lose while I'm wandering around out there. And you guys that saw my first two videos know I got wrecked a bunch of times over there because it is not as safe, and but it's fun to explore, you know. And definitely got a couple of stacks of coal already, and just one little couple of strip mining episodes. And so that's basically what I'm doing over there. And once I get done doing that, once I get done getting some coal, I will come back over here and start spreading out a little bit more. I'm pretty satisfied with how many villagers I have right now inside this little barrier. I mean, I could spread them out a little bit more, but I definitely want them to go through the door, so I have a double barrier so that they can stay inside this barrier, and then there's another barrier on the outside, and I want them to be able to go through that door and start living on the outside of the barrier. So when I do that, I will need to put down a lot more torches, which I do have a couple of stacks of blocks of coal, but I just thought that, you know, it would be more fun to just kind of try to get it on my own. And but once I get that coal, I will go outside this first barrier into that second barrier and start lighting all that up. Yeah, I'm getting a few more things on this map. Not much new stuff on this map. The main thing, like I said, is just I just wanted to I had changed the barriers I did have like triple barriers going on, and so now I have just the one barrier, and I want to make sure that that's shown on my map where the blue walls are, because you can kind of see the blue walls, you can see the purple walls as well, but you know, those will probably get changed eventually. I'll probably just go with the solid blue. I didn't have enough purple. I don't even know where I got the purple. Apparently on 5 I think I went to the end and got purple. I'm not too sure where that purple block came from, but I don't have a lot of it. So I have an unlimited supply of the blue block because I have the Guardian Grinder. So I will probably do the barrier completely in blue block. But yeah, I also had put some lights on top of those trees, and you can see that now in that map. And you know, like I said, there's 4 maps in total, and those 4 maps, 2 of the maps are being used by the villagers right now, almost completely filling 2 of the maps. They're all lit up with torches. They're all completely safe, you know, double barriered up. But I can go outside of these barriers and take the other 2 maps with me and show off the second 2 maps. Definitely don't want to have any anything that I'm going to lose when I go out there, because it's, like I said, it's not safe. So I don't want to be carrying around my rod or my diamond pickaxe or anything like that. And I'll go ahead and show that off to you. And my plan is to have the 4 maps completely SimCity'd out, you know, houses for these guys, and eventually what I'd like to do is kind of match up with that same style as the temple, because the temple's right next door, and I want to have a matching style to that, so you know that the workers will have like a classy looking area to work in. So I'll probably put, like, you know, all of the different trades into different industry type buildings, and try to get them to all be working in one location and then going back to a different location for their house, for their bed. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and stop talking and just let you guys watch the rest of this. I just wanted to kind of wander around the entire 4 maps and show off all the stuff that's included in these 4 maps. And like I said, when you see the point on the white dot in the map, means that I'm on my map, and you can tell where the border, the edge of the map is. That's where I have my blue barrier. So I was able to find exactly where on the map ends, and basically have a wall built around the exact size of the map. because I was noticing that Fluent is working on making posters. So, you know, basically taking an entire map and drawing on that entire map and then being able to hang that up on a wall so you can basically draw whatever you want. And it made me realize that, you know, there was a definitive edge to where the map was, and I was thinking it was just a chunk, like it would be in a chunk, but maps are, I'm not too sure. They're definitely bigger than a chunk. They're like, I think they're probably like 30 chunks, something like that. And when I say chunk, I mean, I think a chunk is defined as like 16 blocks or something like that. I don't know. But basically, it's quite a bit of space for a map. And so to figure out where exactly the edge is on the map is difficult. And I think that, you know, in order for you to be able to see what you want on your map, you have to know exactly where your barrier is, where your borders are. And it just makes it all that much easier to build inside of a map so that you can see what you're doing on the map. Like I said, I'll just let you guys watch this, and then my next video will probably be back at Mount Stupid doing some more coal mining.